heartbreak in Milan, disappointment at the San Siro. Italy, the reigning European champions, find themselves once again on the treacherous path of the World Cup playoffs. What just happened? And more importantly, what happens next for the Azzurri? Let's break it all down. It all came down to the final match of the group stage. Italy versus Norway at the legendary San Siro Stadium. The atmosphere was electric. The tension palpable. A win would have sent Italy directly to the 2026 World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. A draw would have been enough, but what unfolded was a nightmare for Italian fans everywhere. It all started so well. The national anthem, Aida Canta Dedi, Italiani, echoed through the stadium, sung with passion and hope by both players and fans. You could feel the belief in the air. And just minutes into the game, that belief turned into euphoria. Young striker Pio Esposito found the back of the net, giving Italy a crucial 1-0 lead. The stadium erupted. It seemed like the Azzurri were cruising, their ticket to the World Cup within their grasp. But football is a cruel game. The second half was a completely different story. Norway, led by the phenomenal Erling Haaland, came out with a vengeance. They were relentless, powerful, and clinical. Haaland, who had been a constant threat, showed exactly why he's considered one of the best strikers in the world. He didn't just score, he dismantled the Italian defense. The Azzurri, who had looked so composed in the first half, simply collapsed.
One goal went in, then another, and another, and another.
The final whistle blew, and the scoreboard read Italy 1, Norway 4. A shocking, devastating defeat on home soil. So, Italy finished second in qualification Group 1. They managed a respectable 18 points from 8 matches with 6 wins. But those 2 losses, both against Norway, proved to be their undoing. Haaland and his compatriots finished the group with a perfect record. 100% win rate, booking their direct ticket to the World Cup finals. For Italy, it's déjà vu all over again. The dreaded playoffs await. The memories of the failure to qualify for the 2018 and 2022 World Cups are still fresh, and the fear is creeping back in. Now, all eyes turn to the playoff draw. The fate of Gennaro Gattuso's team will be decided on Thursday, March 20th. The draw is set to take place at 12 o'clock G, which is 13 o'clock Central European Time. This is the moment when Italy will discover their semi-final opponent. There is a silver lining. Though, thanks to their performance in the group stage, Italy are one of the top seeds in the playoff draw. What does this mean? It means they will avoid the other top-seeded teams and will be drawn against one of the lower-ranked nations from Pot D. This gives them a home advantage for the semi-final, which is a massive boost. The semi-final will be a one-leg tie, winner takes all. Win that, and they move on to the final, where they would face the winner of another semi-final match. So, who are the potential opponents for the Azzurri? There are 5 nations that Italy could face in the semi-final. These are the teams that finished as the lowest-ranking group winners or runners-up to make it into the playoffs. The potential adversaries are Sweden, Romania, Northern Ireland, North Macedonia, or Wales. Let's take a quick look at these teams. Sweden is always a tough, organized opponent. They have a history of being a thorn in Italy's side, most notably knocking them out of the playoffs for the 2018 World Cup. That memory alone sends shivers down the spine of every Italian supporter. A match against Sweden would be a grudge match filled with tension. Then there's Romania. They've been a resurgent force in European football lately, with a squad full of young, hungry talent. They would be far from an easy opponent and would see a match against Italy as a huge opportunity to make a statement. Northern Ireland are renowned for their fighting spirit and defensive solidity. They are incredibly difficult to break down, especially in a high-stakes knockout game. They thrive on being the underdog and would relish the chance to cause a massive upset. And then there's North Macedonia. The name itself is enough to trigger traumatic flashbacks for the Azzurri. They were the team that shockingly eliminated Italy in the playoff semifinal for the 2022 World Cup in Palermo. The idea of facing them again is the stuff of nightmares. Could history repeat itself?
The psychological baggage of that match would be immense.
Finally, there's Wales, a team with passionate support and several world-class players who can change a game in an instant.
They have experience in major tournaments and know how to navigate the pressures of knockout football. They would be a dangerous opponent. So, there you have it.
Italy's road to the 2026 World Cup is going to be a nerve-wracking two-step process. First, a must-win semi-final, at home, in March against one of those 5 potential opponents. Then, if they succeed, a final match just days later to secure their spot. There is no room for error. 2 perfect games are required. Can Gattuso's Italy handle the pressure? Can they overcome the demons of past failures? Or are they destined for another heartbreaking chapter in their World Cup history? The nation holds its breath. The path is difficult, the opponents are tricky, and the stakes could not be higher. All we can do now is wait for the draw. What do you think? Who do you want Italy to face in the playoffs? And who do you think is the most dangerous opponent? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's going to be a tense few months for the Azzurri and their fans. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay updated on Italy's journey through the World Cup playoffs, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We'll be covering the draw, the build-up, and of course, the matches themselves. Forza! We'll see you in the next one.